This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.
Conor McGregor, all over the news in the last 24 hours. He's a colourful character. You either love him or you hate him. He's like Marmite, isn't he? And, you know, the people that hate him, I suppose they have a reason to hate him. The people that love him, he can do no wrong. Well, Conor McGregor yesterday was sentenced to 5 days community service and is to undergo an anger management programme as part of the plea deal. The MMA fighter and his fellow MMA fighter, Keane Cowley, were charged with assault and criminal mischief. And that's what it's called in America. A lot of people thought he was going to get locked up first. A lot of people thought he was going to get a bit more of a punishment. But 5 days community service, and I don't think it's been revealed whether or not he can do that community service in Dublin or whether he has to do it in the States. But from what I believe, he will be allowed to visit the States again. He's not going to be banned from visiting the States. His lawyer said today's sentence will have no impact on the client's immigration status. Which pretty much means, I don't understand that, because I thought when you do break the law, you were banned from entering America again. But that's what he got. He got 5 days community service and anger management program, which I assume is you sit in a room and you talk about your anger issues. Now, I don't know how you can give anger management to an MMA fighter. It seems pretty ludicrous, but that was part of the deal. I want to hear from you what you think of that sentence that was handed down to Conor McGregor. What do you think of that sentence? And by sentence, I mean 5 days community service and anger management program. Do you think it was fair, or do you think it was unfair? I'd love to know what you think about that. Text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. So the good news is he will be able to travel to the States again, because the big thing, when I knew he was going to court for this, the big thing I was going on about and worried about was that he has a young child, and if he's banned from ever entering America again, he'd never be able to bring his young fella to Orlando, to Disneyland, and it seems like a big penalty for just a couple of moments madness of what happened in New York earlier on this year. So 5 days community service, anger management, what do you think? Too harsh or not harsh enough? If it was me or you, okay, if it was one of us, a nobody with no money, and if I went to New York next week on my holidays and I did something like he did, I can guarantee you I would have probably got treated a lot more harshly in the courts. But there you go. Text or WhatsApp 087 798 98 98. Peter, you kind of agree with my point. If it was anybody else, it would have been harsher.
Yeah, listen, look, I'm a massive fan of Conor McGregor. I really am. I'm actually, I'm happy he didn't get, a major sentence, because then we wouldn't get to see him to fight again in the States, And like your point, of course, being able to bring your kids to Orlando, and that is an opportunity that would have been taken away if it had been a heavier sentence. Yeah, look, money and power. That's what it is. Money and power is what got him that light sentence, in fairness.
Okay,
if I had it, I'd
you
probably be able to do the same.
So you think the American authorities looked at it and said, well, listen, Conor McGregor, when he fights in the States, he brings a lot of money in.
That's it.
So
he's an economical value to their, he's a value to their economy. Like, you think about the amount of money he brought in with the Mayweather fight, brought in with, the Nate Diaz 2 fights, you know what I mean? They were just huge, massive amount of influx from Ireland, and the rest of the world, because everybody watched,
Okay, so for 5 days community service, it's not much really. I don't know.
Listen, it's not much. I can imagine he's not going to do the community service won't be served here in Dublin anyway. It's a sentence that was in the US, so I reckon he'll probably do a bit of work with some gyms over there, a bit of promotion work as well at the same time, and he'll take that like water on a duck's back. And in fairness, if I was him, I'd be glad got the same, because it is quite lenient.
Here's how I feel about Conor McGregor. I didn't like him at the start because I didn't understand him, but I get him now, and I get that it's a persona. It's a persona.
Yeah,
it is a persona.
Absolutely, because apparently he's a top guy. Other than that, behind
Jesus.
all that, he's from what I've got from people that he's top notch.
I know people who are friends with him, and he's as sound as a pound. He's a fella you go for a drink with.
Yeah.
But he has created this. And once he gets in the octagon and the ring, all that bullshit goes away. He's just a fighter.
Yeah, totally. You can see it. You can see it. Like it was like watching I don't know if you watched the Portugal and Spain football match when Cristiano Ronaldo took that free kick.
Yes.
Just, they zone out and they go into back into their own world.
Completely. And that's the way it is with Conor McGregor. He's created this bad boy image outside the ring and it's worked for him. It's got him publicity. Some people don't get it. They don't understand it. But I think as well, he needs more people around him. From what I can gather, he's surrounded by yes men who.
That's it. I think, his team when he first came in, and when he was fighting Dustin Poirier and all that, he had just the basic team around him. He had, Calvin and that. He had a small entourage, which all they were interested in was him beating the next.
And now,
person,
and now you have a young fella who has, worldwide fame, so much money, didn't know what to do with the money, and I think he needs people around him that will say to him, that will pull him aside and say, Conor, stop being an arsehole.
Just to keep him grounded. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's just, it happens to a lot of people with fame and coming too quickly. It's just, it's not that it goes to the head. I think sometimes when you put such a fake persona on, it's that you nearly start to believe that that's what you're like.
Yes,
doing.
and you have to live up to it.
So you need to just, you're right, I think you need somebody just to reel him back in a bit, which I think he has in his wife, because I tell you one thing, I can only imagine the slap he got off her after doing all that shit.
Oh, no, I'd say she's wearing the trousers in that relationship.
Absolutely.
No, the thing is with Conor, and I'm not comparing myself to Conor McGregor, everybody needs a level-headed person working with them. Like Adrian, out of the two of us, Adrian will be the level-headed one, and there's times that I say things on the radio, and Adrian will say to me off the air, here, you went too far there.
Absolutely.
And that's what Conor needs.
Yeah, I think that goes with every aspect of life. You know what I mean? When you're a grown adult, there's the yin and the yang. You know what I mean? You need sort of if you're anyway inclined to say something stupid, you do need somebody's really back in. Moment of madness. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's not banned from the States, and I can't wait to see him get in the ring with Khabib and knock the shit out of him. Okay,
thanks very much. Fair enough, Peter. Peter thinks if it was anybody else, it would have been harsher. I'm going to go to another couple of calls about this, but I just want to go to another Peter quickly. This is like the Last Supper. There's so many Peters. How are you, Peter, number 2? How are you?
How's it going, Jeremy?
Now, I was mentioning at the start of the show about watching Tom Cruise and what's his name, James Corden doing a skydive.
I've seen the video myself this morning.
Now it looks absolutely. Now James Corden was absolutely crapping himself, and you can't.
I think half of that was acting, because we went to the Algarve in June and we were staying in a villa, and about 10 minutes drive from the villa was a skydiving school, and the whole time I was there I was telling everybody, oh come on, we do it, and when it came to the second last day nobody else would do it, and I basically had to man up, you know what I mean? And like, oh well, I'll do it. The scariest part of doing it is actually waiting for the plane. When you're actually up in the plane, it's like going up in a normal plane. But when the door opens and you're looking down, we've done it from 15,000 feet.
15,000. Now I think that's what Tom Cruise and James Corden did it from.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it from 10 or 15, and it's tandem. There's an expert obviously attached to your back, and it's the most exhilarating experience. It's like taking every illegal drug in the world all at once and being completely off.
And now here's my problem. I saw Tom Cruise doing that, and it was like a walk in the park for him. He just jumped out of the plane. The
plane that they jumped out of was his. He has his own landing strip. He has all his own.
Okay.
He has Spitfires and all. You know what I mean?
Okay. Here's my fear, Peter, about doing a skydive. I will be terrified that the parachute wouldn't open. That's my main fear. That the parachute
if the parachute doesn't open, the tandem guy, the expert in your back, will pull another cord which will get rid of that parachute, and then he pulls another cord which releases the emergency chute. And the statistics of the parachute and the emergency chute not working, you have more chance of dying on the way to the landing strip in the car, you know what I mean? Okay, so not many people have died from parachute jumps then, have they? Oh, well, the school I was in, I said, how many people have hit the ground? And he was like, nobody. And they have more people when the plane is there from the ground, they have more people saying, no, I'm done. I'm not even getting into the plane.
Okay.
Rather than them.
And finally, Peter, when you're in the plane and when you're up at 15,000 feet, which is very bloody high, by the way, and they open the door.
We were in the Alvar, and I could see all the way up to the Algarve.
Wow.
The whole coastline of pretty much Portugal, and it was 180 euros. And for that day, they were doing a special, and they'd send for another 80 quid. They'll send another guy up with you, and he recorded the whole lot. And I was like, give me that. So I have it all on a USB.
Oh, amazing!
From the ground, they interview you on the ground, going up. I mean, it's like a little plastic shutter door. That's the scariest bit. You're not even strapped into the plane.
Oh,
You're
stop!
just on a little wooden bench, And the plane goes up, and then a little red light comes on, and that little red door, and then the fella who sits at that door, he opens it, he climbs out onto the side of the plane, which was my cameraman, and he hangs on there, and then the guy that's on my back scooches you to the edge, so he's still in the plane, and your whole body is hanging out of the plane, waiting for him to push. You know what I mean?
Stop. Jeez, I'm getting sweats even listening to this.
I tell you, he just pulls your head back, gives you the 3, 2, 1, and go. You can't speak to him now for about 90 seconds, probably a bit more, because you're in free fall for.
And did you open your eyes when you're falling out of the plane?
Yeah, my eyes are open the whole time.
Yeah.
No, the way I looked at him, I told him on the ground, I said, if I at that door tell you no,
push me.
You just go. You know what I mean? And it is, stop, he letting you control the parachute and all coming down. And when you're floating down, you're about 4 or 5 minutes of just the parachute time of flying around. And the one thing the guy said to me was, now you know why the birds sing. And I swear to God,
it's a beautiful feeling.
Best experience ever.
Okay, thanks very much, Peter. There you go. I will definitely do it before I die, definitely. I don't know if I'd open my eyes though. Now, Clive, let me go back to you about Conor McGregor. You're saying he's a genius.
Absolutely. Good morning, Jeremy. How are you?
Good morning. How are things?
Good. Yeah, he's an absolute genius. You know, I love about Conor is that he exposes Irish people's prejudices. You know, he's created this persona of, you know, the quote unquote, you know, the thuggish kind of scumbag of the north side.
Yes.
But what he's done is just he exposes this sort of Irish inferiority complex that they have, that the Irish want him to fail. It's so evident when you see everything online and the way people discuss him.
Well, no, he's very cocky, so you can understand why some Irish people will go, well, listen, this fella's a bit of a cocky...
Yeah, but that's a persona. That's
yes, of course
to agitate you.
Yeah, no, I know it's a persona. I'm wise enough to know that. But can you not understand why people would have a bad feeling towards him?
No, I think it was a publicity stunt that went bad.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. So what do you think?
I don't believe that. He's too smart for that. He's too self-aware. Someone that intelligent. You've got to think, this guy came along and what he did, he changed his industry. Like indelibly. He literally changed the perception of that industry, the way it's run, its very structure. Like how many people can come into an industry and say that they've changed it? Literally single. You can't. That is somebody who is extremely self-aware and very intelligent.
Okay, 5 days community service and an anger management course. Too light, too lenient, or too much for him?
I think it's perfectly fine. I mean, you know, he's not your average thug. I mean, that's
no. He was never going to be doing 10 years in Alcatraz. I know Alcatraz isn't around anymore, but you know what I mean. Or Sing Sing prison. He was never going to do 10 years in that. I think that punishment is fair, and nobody was hurt. Well, I don't know about that. If it had happened in Ireland, he would have walked away scot free as well. That's probably true. Another texter says he would have been banned if it was a drugs conviction, and had it happened here, he would have been given probation. And one final text. I agree with you regarding Conor McGregor. It's a persona. Some people just don't get it, but it works for him. Look how much money the man has made. Now, we were talking about parachute jumps there for a second. And Megan, you did one as well, did you?
I haven't, but I know loads of people because I live quite close to the Irish Parachute Club just outside of Rathangan, County Kildare.
Okay, so that's where it is, Rathangan, Kildare.
Yeah, County Offaly.
Okay, and you see people doing them all the time, do you?
Yeah, the planes fly over the house constantly.
And how high are the planes flying in Offaly?
They're about 10,000 feet.
Okay, so
roughly,
that's how high they go there. And you haven't done one yourself. Do you want to do one?
No. Well, definitely before I die, but I haven't worked up the courage yet to do it. Not quite yet. But
yeah,
I will. I hope to do it. Like yourself, I hope to do it before my time comes.
I just keep putting it off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's called the Irish. It's called the Irish Parachute Club, isn't that what it's called?
Irish Parachute Club in Clonbelogue, County Offaly, but it's on the Offaly-Kildare border.
Yeah, so it's around since 1956. It's around a long time.
Yeah, it's just a field.
Oh, that's all it is. Okay.
It's just a field with a building on the side of it. So the planes are tiny, but.
And do they do it all year round? Like, do they do it during the winter?
They seem to. Now, obviously, the weather, depending on the weather, they'd be very particular about winds and all of that. But they seem to do it all year round, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, well, I wouldn't fancy doing it. Let me just look out the window today. Well, I suppose, yeah, it's okay today, but on a really cloudy day, you'd be wasting your time. You'd be wasting your time doing it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and any sort of wind, you're not.
No, but Jesus, yeah, knowing the wind in Ireland, you jump out of a plane in Offaly, you'd end up in New York.
Yeah.
You
Or in the Atlantic
or the
somewhere.
Atlantic Ocean. Thanks very much, Megan, for filling us in on that. That's where it is. It's in Offaly. I knew it was somewhere in the Midlands, if you're interested in doing it. And to that person not reading out your text about 98FM brushing things under the carpet, sorry, there's two reasons I'm not reading out your text to that person. First of all, you wouldn't come on air, so you were hiding behind an anonymous text. And secondly, the things you were saying in that text message, legally, I cannot read them out on air. You're making some serious allegations there about an individual. And do you honestly think that I'm going to allow you to make those allegations on the radio on me end up in court? You know absolutely nothing about the law to that person. So it's nothing to do with 98FM brushing things under the carpet. It's to do with 98FM not wanting to be sued. So if you want to get sued yourself, you put that up on your Facebook page and you end up in court, you gobshite. Sorry about that, just person annoyed me. Just before we do our Good News Friday, by the way, get your good news into us right now. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. What is your good news? We do it every single Friday on the show. If you have something nice or some good news you want to share with us, something nice that happened in your life or that is coming up and you want to share with us, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. And don't forget, for one caller, they will win themselves a €100 voucher for Des Kelly Interiors. If you want to win a chance or be in with a chance of winning that voucher, you have to talk to me with your good news. €100 Des Kelly voucher. They're launching their new look Sandyford store this Saturday. We have £100 to give to one of you. Simply text or WhatsApp your good news. We'll ring you back. You come on the air and we'll have a chat. It's Good News Friday here on 98FM's Dublin Talks. Whatever the good news is, share it with me now and we will share it with Dublin. That's the way it works. Now, sorry, I wanted to go back to this story very quickly while you're sending us in your good news. And it's a story that was in the news today about a Dublin barber that was fined $5,000 in a transgender discrimination case. And the reason I just wanted to give a nod to it, because I was looking at some of the comments online and it really has divided opinion. Here's the story. A Dublin barber has been ordered to pay €5,000 to a transgender man after being found to have discriminated against him when refusing to give him a short back and sides haircut. The transgender man, Lee McLaughlin is his name, told the Workplace Relations Commission that when he sat down to have his haircut at Charlie's Barbers in Nuckgrove Shopping Centre, which I know very well, it's a small little Barbers in Nuckgrove Shopping Centre, the barber, mistakenly believing he was a woman, replied, "I don't cut ladies' hair." Mr. McLaughlin told the barber that he just wanted a short back and sides, and the barber replied, "I'm sorry, we don't cut ladies' hair." Mr. McLaughlin then informed the barber that he was transgender and a trans man, and he alleged the barber proceeded to shake his head and stated, "I'm sorry, we can't cut ladies' hair. It's a contract we have with other hairdressers around the corner, so if we cut women's hair, we will be fined." Anyway, Mr. McLaughlin took his case to the WRC, and which is the Workplace Relations Commission, and was awarded €5,000, saying it wasn't about the money, it was more a case of, a matter of principle. And, I'm in two minds about this story, and I know a lot of people are. $5,000, I think, was a lot of money for such a small business. That Barber's I don't know the Barbers, by the way, I'm not taking sides on it, but I just think $5,000 was a very big payout for something like that. Do I think the barber was wrong in saying what he did to Mr. McLaughlin? Yes, in this day and age, you have to be very careful what you say. I can see where both parties were coming from. Okay, so the barber had a deal here with the hairdressers that the barber refuses to cut women's hair. That's the deal that the barbers has as women's hairdressers across in the other side of the shopping centre. So that's where the barber was coming from, and that's where he said we don't cut ladies' hair. And this person explained, Mr. McLaughlin explained, that he was a transgender man, and he claimed that he was discriminated under the Equal Status Act on the grounds of gender. It's a very difficult one, it really is. I think, as I said, I know it wasn't about the money. I think $5,000 was very steep. I don't think, my personal opinion on it, I don't think the barber in this case was in, I don't think it was done out of malice or to embarrass the person. I really don't think, as the solicitors for the barber said, it was a one-off mistake. It did not amount to discrimination. The barbers added it had put in place a policy to prevent similar incidents from happening again. And I suppose it's just something we should be all aware of nowadays where, we do have a lot of transgender people and they need to be treated equally. They deserve to be treated equally. And maybe we need to rethink the way we deal with things. As I said, I understand where the barber was coming from. The barber was caught between a rock and a hard place. He had an agreement with another hairdresser not to cut women's hair. So anyway, there you go. $5,000 awarded to that person. Now, we want to hear your good news because it is time for Good News Friday. And to the people texting in saying I should do it for charity, the skydive, calm your jets there, okay? Cool down. I haven't said I'm doing it just yet. Nobody put me under pressure. I hate when people start putting me under pressure saying you have to do it, you have to do a skydive. I said I will do one at some stage in my life, but that may not be in the next few years, okay? But if I do it, I probably will do it for charity, okay? But when I get my head around it, I'll do it. Anyway, text or WhatsApp us right now with your good news. What is happening in your life that you want to share with us? It's time for Good News Friday on 98FM's Dublin Talks. Danny, how are you?
No bad, how are you?
Now, you have great news for me.
Oh, there's very great news just back from the hospital.
Yes.
So, they say the new baby will be born in Monday.
Oh, your baby was born last Monday?
No, will be born. They will induce my wife in Monday.
Oh, sorry, will be born. Okay, so you went in. She's obviously overdue at the moment, so they're going to...
so they're waiting for the day number 10, so the date is for Monday.
So the baby will be born on Monday,
yes.
And that's great news. How is she feeling?
Little bit disappointed because she thought there would be much air. But,
yeah,
you can't push the baby,
No, and it can be very frustrating for women when they are pregnant and they pass their due date and they start getting worried and stuff like that. My wife was eating curries. Seemingly, if you eat a curry, it'll bring it on sometimes.
Trust me, we try everything. Nothing works. Even like 10K every day walking, nothing works.
She's trying everything, is she?
We tried everything. And the worst part is my daughter. She just went for a holiday for 2 weeks yesterday. So she's
going to be away for it.
Yeah. But she'll be back in 2-3 weeks.
Well, it's a very exciting time for you, I have to say, Danny. It really is. Your life's about to change. I know it's not your first baby, but your life's about to change. You're going to be doing night feeds and stuff like that. Danny, do me a favour. Will you ring the show on Monday and let us know how it goes?
Yeah, we'll do. No problem.
Please do, because I love hearing stories like that. My wife, you know what brought on her labour, actually, was prawn crackers, believe it or not. There was nothing happening. I'll tell you the story briefly. There was nothing happening, and it was a Saturday night. And we were sitting at home and I said, let's order a Chinese because that's how healthy we are in that house. And we ordered the Chinese and the Chinese arrived and she was going through her pregnancy blues where she had an appetite for all strange things. She was like, I'm not in the mood for a Chinese, but I'll have a few of these prawn crackers. And she put 2 prawn crackers into her mouth and the next minute her contractions started. And I think 8 hours later, she had given birth. Well, a bit more than 8 hours, probably about 10 hours. But it was brought on by prawn crackers. And strangely enough, our child, who's now 3.5, is addicted to prawn crackers. How weird is that? Laura, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good News Friday. What's your good news, Laura?
Yeah. Myself and my husband are celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Are you doing anything for the 10-year anniversary? Are you going anywhere?
Yeah, well, it was actually yesterday, so we were in town yesterday. We went for a nice lunch, went for a nice dinner, got a bit drunk. You know, the usual.
Why, is that what you do? Is it on your anniversary?
Well, you have to drown your sorrow somehow.
Stop now. I have to ask you a question, Laura. You're married 10 years, okay?
Yeah.
What is the secret to a long and happy... I assume it's a happy marriage, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ish. Oh, okay. What's the... No, but what is the... all joking aside, what is the key to staying together happy for 10 years?
I don't know. We haven't found it yet.
Sorry, is that your husband beside you, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say to keep? Yeah, put him on to me for a second.
Okay, I got it.
How's it going?
How are you, Laura's husband? Quick question, what is the key to keeping Laura happy for 10 years?
Just keep saying yes.
Keep saying yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, Denzel Washington, who's also married, he's married donkey's years. Denzel Washington said in an interview yesterday, he was asked what the key to a successful marriage is with his wife, and he said, just keep your mouth shut, and she's always right. So basically, Laura wears the pants in that house, does she?
She wears everything.
Okay, too much information. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your anniversary. They seem like a very, very happy couple, don't they? We're sharing your good news. If you have good news, call us now, 6797 981. Now, let me go to Sarah. How are you, Sarah?
Hiya.
Now, tell me about what happened in New York, first of all.
My boyfriend proposed.
What did he propose? You go to Central Park?
No, to be married.
Oh, he proposed to be married. Where in New York did he propose?
In Central Park.
Oh, amazing. It's such a romantic place, Central Park. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do. And you obviously didn't expect this, did you?
No, not at all.
Did you get down on one knee?
Not quite. We were in one of the horse and carts going around.
Yeah.
And we was just talking, and I turned around, there he was with the ring in his hand in the box.
Ah, that's lovely. And I assume you said yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And it says as well you got 4 new baby bunnies.
I do, yeah.
In New York, or is this a completely separate story?
That's a completely separate story.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, did she buy bunnies in New York and smuggle them home in her suitcase or something?
I was tempted to, but no.
No. Oh my God, you got 4 bunnies. Are they in the house or are they outside?
No, they're in the house.
I love bunny rabbits, I have to say, but they're quite smelly, aren't they? They do a lot of shit, basically, don't they?
They do, but they're actually not that smelly, believe it or not. If you clean them quite regularly, you can keep it to a minimum.
And are they 4 males or 4 females?
Well, we won't know until they're a little bit older.
You see, you're going to have a problem here because you know the expression blanking like rabbits. Yep.
That's actually false. They don't breed in winter.
Oh, really?
It's only in really warm summer months they'll actually breed. It's very hard to get rabbits to breed in the winter.
Like myself, pretty much, to be honest with you. Oh, so that whole expression, blanking like rabbits, is not actually true. They don't have sex a lot.
No,
because
you keep them separated.
Because I'm thinking, if you have 4 bunnies in that cage or in that hutch, and 2 are male and 2 are female, it's going to be like an episode of Love Island.
They don't start breeding until they're about 6 months.
Okay, well, you good luck with the bunnies, and congratulations with the engagement. You know what's going to happen now, by the way, Sarah? You're going to have people wrecking your head saying, when you getting married, when you getting married, when you getting married.
I've already got that off my mother. She's like, so is that a date day? I'm like, no.
No, tell everybody to relax there, okay? Tell everybody to relax. You just got engaged. There's no rush, okay?
Yeah.
You have your bunnies now, okay?
Exactly.
Thanks, Sarah. I honestly didn't know that. You learn something new every day. I thought that rabbits bred like rabbits, pretty much, but they don't. Martin.
How's it going, Jeremy?
Welcome to 98FM.
How are you doing, buddy? Okay.
How are you doing? You have some good news first. Go ahead.
Well, it turned into a nightmare, it did, and then it all became great. My daughter had a baby last Thursday. Penny Alice Brennan. Little cracker. She has lovely hair, the whole lot. And then we were driving home, myself and my wife. We were so excited. Then the baby started choking all the mucus, and she was
God,
bad.
yes,
it was bad. It was bad, and she was put into the special unit. Then she was, and then my daughter wouldn't stop. She hemorrhaged, wouldn't stop bleeding. Oh Jesus, that's all you need. And I think 11:30 that night. This is about 7 o'clock. 11:30 that night, he stopped her. So they were in for a good while. They were, but she's home. The 2 of them are great now. They are. She's home now. And we're going for a first walk tomorrow, myself, my wife and my daughter.
Geez, I'm delighted for you. I really am, Martin.
She's a little stunner.
You know, I've noticed one thing about newborn babies. Baby girls are always born with more hair than baby boys. Has she got a full head of hair?
Jeremy, I'll send you a picture. When you see this, you just scream she is. You can actually do stuff with her hair, you can, if you wanted to.
Who does she look like? Does she look like you?
She's a Southsider, that husband of hers. God love the poor child. It's a shame, but we were hoping after 6 months he'd change. You know.
I know they will. My baby, when he came out of the womb, not my womb, out of my wife's womb, he was the image of me for the first year, and I felt sorry for her because she had done.
Love the poor thing.
She had done all. Yeah, well, yeah, that as well. But, sorry, I wasn't coming from that angle, Martin. Relax there. But she had done all the work, the labour, the pregnancy, and all that, and the baby comes out of her, and the baby's the image of me, and but they do change. The baby's now the image of her now, so that's the good news. Enjoy the first walk, Martin. It's a very special thing. The first walk.
Wait.
And you know what? You sound over the moon. You know what I'm going to do for you as well? Because I'm sure you have a baby's crib or whatever at home. I'm going to give you a €100 voucher for Des Kelly Interiors. There you go.
Jeremy, that's absolutely brilliant. That's
okay.
Super. Jeremy, one more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. Listen, if you have to go and do a skydive, bring Kennedy with you. Shame him. Don't let him over it. And until you do it.
Did Kennedy be on the plane trying to get duty free? he'd be looking for the drinks trolley on the plane. Thanks, Martin, and all best wishes to your daughter and to your wife as well. Isn't that a lovely story? There's nothing that beats the first walk with your child when they're born. But that is true, and I feel sorry for any woman. There's lots of women listening at the moment who've been through that. You give birth to the baby, and the baby ends up being the image of the father and not the mother. And thankfully, my child no longer looks like me. A couple of your text message for Good News Friday. I'm going away on a stag's weekend to Liverpool, and I won a €100 voucher, so I'm going to have a great weekend. I can only imagine what a stag's weekend will be like in Liverpool. That place is carnage, absolute carnage. And make sure you don't put any photographs up on Facebook or anything like that. There's a good story from John and Clondalkin. Jeremy, my good news is that the local libraries in my area are putting my book, The Shenanigans of the Brannigans. I know that book, John. I've heard of that book before. They are putting it in their local libraries. That's great. That's something to be very, very proud of as well. And where? Oh my God. Someone threatening me as well. That's not very good news. And to Sammy, I've read your text message, your long and concise text message, and can I tell you about it, Sammy? It's completely factually incorrect, actually. I'm sorry to break the news to you. Sammy was trying to claim something. No, completely incorrect. It's actually the opposite. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, yes, Katie tried to ring you, Sammy, but you're a keyboard warrior and you didn't answer the phone. So Katie shouting at me here, shouting loser. Just leave Sammy alone. No, Katie, calm down. Katie in the booth there answering the phones is very annoyed over this. But Sammy, you're actually completely wrong. Would you stop saying Scarlet for your ma, Katie? You're completely wrong, Sammy. It was quite the opposite, and we are absolutely delighted over the. I was about to curse there, Katie. Stop cursing in my ear. We are over the effing moon. Thank you, Sammy, for showing an interest in 98FM's Dublin Talks, and that has been our Good News Friday.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.